What's going on, family? You already know the vibes. Listen, man, your boy has been enjoying Austin tremendously. Right now, I'm on my lunch break and I'm deciding on where I should go next because, you know, I've been checking out a lot of coffee shops, a lot of spots in the area, and make sure you guys check out my TikTok and my Instagram because I'm doing shit daily on there and I'm always, reviewing places and giving my honest opinion. But man, on YouTube, I haven't been as consistent, and moving here has motivated me to definitely do that. So, I'm trying to push myself right now, man, to get out the house because I work from home. I'm on my lunch break right now, and this is what ends up happening to me. What I end up doing is I end up just staying inside the crib the whole day because on my breaks and throughout the day, sometimes I'll take little mini breaks. I'll just go for a walk around the area, and that's why in my previous videos, I always talk about like how important it is to set yourself up for success. Now, mind you, I have a pool, we have a co-working space, and I have multiple coffee shops. So I think this time around, I picked the right location and I live right on the trail here. So I'm not mad about my setup at all, but I get bored easily and, I want to be able to interact with people. And the coffee shops around here are mainly like pickup coffee shop spots, in my opinion. So, I would say, I live really close to downtown and it's like, fuck it, like, let's go. What's the worst that could happen? Well, depending on your job situation, sometimes the VPN won't work. And a lot of people that work from home that work for an employer will know this, There's been a debate going on TikTok, right? Because TikTok has inspired me a lot ever since I moved here because it's been giving me all the gems from food to what's going on out here. Basically, the argument has been like, yo, do people even work out here? That's all I've been hearing on TikTok. And funny enough, on YouTube, I saw a video where somebody was saying, hey, people are moving out because Silicon Valley moved into Austin. And then next thing you know, things have changed since 2023 or COVID. And then, these investors are buying houses and blah, blah, blah. And now no one wants to live here and people are moving out. But I don't know, man. My whole argument is like, are remote workers still living here? And the answer is yes. But I think it's mainly entrepreneurs and people that work at startups. So that's the vibe I've been getting here, Like for remote workers that work corporate, more than likely they're going to be hybrid in my opinion. But I've been looking into some numbers, so that's a discussion I want to bring up to you guys in this video today. So let me get out of here, man. I'm going to actually try to really vlog this time and, hopefully this will be a great video for you guys. But the last thing I want to say is like I'm trying to open up more about like my lifestyle and my life personally, like maybe getting into fashion, fitness, and expanding the channel a little bit. I've been kind of working on my other channels on the side too, so I'll talk more about that in the next video. But just wanting to be consistent, just wanting to present myself and my personal brand, just not being afraid to put myself out there because I love talking about these topics and I love interacting with people, especially out here in Austin. They're really awesome. They're really nice. And, a lot of them are transplants like me, but also they're just open-minded. I got to definitely, open up more and stop being afraid to document my life, So let's get it. Just showed up to the coffee shop, guys. It's a little bit noisy in here. I'm gonna work here maybe 30, 40 minutes, and then I might go up the street to Capital One. Personally, that's my favorite coffee shop. A lot better for remote work environment, but I'm gonna stay here because I just got a coffee, so let's see what we can do. Just finished work. As you can see, I had to move from coffee shop to coffee shop. And right now I am at Republic Square, not too far from South Congress. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired just from sitting down so much. That's the luxury of working from home, just being able to have that standing desk and take little breaks. especially if you live near a trail. That's what I do, you know what I'm saying? I'm always constantly moving my body. But it feels good to be in the city, and it feels good knowing like I could literally ride my scooter back home or Uber, and it's only 5 minutes away, so it's not too expensive. But yeah, man, I wanted to talk to you guys about like some stats on remote work here in Austin. Texas has its ups and downs like any other place, but where people see some of the flaws in living in Texas in general, there's so much opportunity, especially for small businesses, startups, and whatnot. And I don't want to go into all the details. I'm going to try to, but long story short, you know, companies like Tesla and Oracle moved here. What I will say is, you know, for someone like me who just moved in 2025, maybe it's not as hype, you know, as it was right before COVID or whatever, but apartment prices have dropped, and you know, the remote work percentage is still really, really strong. 2023, the remote work percentage was at like 25%, 23 to 25%, with 340,000 people working remotely. And now it's dropped slightly to 166,000, but it's at 28%. So still people are working from home. There's still a big presence here. I mean, on TikTok, people are constantly talking about, you know, are people even working? Because they see so many people out and about, and it's because, you know, people are utilizing remote work and moving to Texas, like what I did, you know? So, you know, you gotta strategize, and sometimes you don't have to go with what everyone else is doing. You don't have to work at Google. I would never move back to, you know, New Jersey because my job was like, hey, you gotta turn the office. Like, no, that's the whole point of working remote, is having that flexibility. And it's nice to have the office nearby and whatnot, but you gotta have that flexibility. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And you can't let the job just tell you what to do. You can't let the job control your life. So it drives me crazy watching that video and seeing that people move back to California, like where it's so expensive. And yes, it's not perfect living in Austin specifically. Like, yeah, it's hot here in the summers. The infrastructure is not all the way there, but who gives a fuck? It's like you're saving money, no state income tax. There's great food here. It's, you know, better than Dallas where it's more walkable. Even though you still need a car, you can get around with a bike. There's so much fun stuff to do around here. People are very innovative. You could do something every single day. And yeah, I just like, my company's based in California, but we don't have any policies about return to office. I got that job moving to Texas. And all the jobs I've worked, for the most part, only one of them was weird about actually like being near an office, and I got really lucky. Like, I think you had to be within 50 miles of the office, and then if you were, then you had to be hybrid. But because I was slightly out of that parameter, it was like, oh, okay, you could be remote by default. But all my jobs always allowed me to move around how I wanted to. So you guys have to pick the right companies to work for, man. But I want to be an entrepreneur, and I want to talk about that in the next few videos, like what I'm trying to do, because I have a strategy, a slow play in mind, where right now I can kind of build up a side hustle while still working my full-time job without getting in the way of things, or like without compromising my job. That's the goal, is to become an entrepreneur, because you got to want that flexibility, you got to want that lifestyle. I'm about to go back to the crib though, man. It's hot as fuck out here. I'm not even gonna lie, this is why I hate vlogging outside. But yeah, I'm gonna get going, and we're gonna keep this video going. So one of the things I had to adapt to was, you know, going to 6th Street, right? That's the most popular street here, where you can go out to all the bars and whatnot. They got Dirty 6 and they got Clean 6. And Dirty 6, I hated it at first because you couldn't order certain drinks. Like, you can't get a espresso martini or old fashioned because it's too fancy. You gotta order like some experimental shit. I gotta go back on Reddit and see what kind of drinks I can get. So I'll do a follow-up video on that one. 6th Street, Dirty 6 is gonna be in between South Congress, which is the street we're on right now. We're on the bridge right now, South Congress, and I-35. So that part of 6th Street is Dirty 6, and then the other side is gonna be Clean 6. But check out these views real quick, guys. It looks fucking amazing right here. as you can see, and I'm just taking in these views, man. You see people paddleboarding. I got a clip of that earlier. And the trail is right here. It's actually on this side and this side. And you got these bridges that connect on the trail. So that's why I really love living here. I'm about to catch a Lime scooter right now and get back home. What's going on, guys? Obviously, I made it home safely and just got done working out, and I got some protein right here. This is, I forgot the name of the brand, but I got this from H-E-B, churro flavor, 24 grams of protein, fucking delicious. If you guys see what this protein shaker looks like, it has a weird design, right? A hexagon design. Is called Helix. You don't need a ball in here like one of those little shaker balls. It just shakes up by itself based on the design, so it's pretty dope. It actually works amazing. It mixes up the protein pretty well. So 1 month in, man, I love it so far. I'm not surprised that I've been enjoying myself every single week. Almost every single day I've been able to find events using apps like SweatPals, Posh. I haven't been on Meetup as much because I feel like so many people will show up to the Meetup, like 80 to 100 people and shit, and I don't know. But that's a lot of events out here. Even when I went to a run club recently, there was like 100 people there. So I'm gonna try some other ones because that run club, it was cool. Run clubs are cool, you know, because I'm just there to work out. But some people are there to socialize and date and do all that other stuff. And, you know, I have experience organizing events, and there's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. I actually like when people build relationships, whatever kind of relationship it is, but you gotta keep the main thing, and that's just making friends, being chill, being your authentic self. I kind of felt like at that meetup specifically, I'm not gonna name it, but kind of felt pretentious, kind of felt like people were trying to fit in. Some people weren't being addressed, like there was people that weren't being talked to. You get that vibe out here sometimes, but I've been around the block, man. Philly, Dallas, and now here, like nothing can really faze me. It's just, I'm gonna be myself, but I'm also still gonna be open-minded to the culture. You know, I love the culture here. Like, even though it was annoying, you know, going to Dirty Six and not being able to get the drink I want, it's like, who cares? That's what I like. You just gotta follow, you know, the culture, not the rules, but the culture. And you know, keep Austin weird, right? Like that's the thing. So I love it. I like how freeing it is to be here. You can be yourself, and so many transplants, so many people from different areas. So 1 month in is awesome, man. It's been awesome. And there's a lot of coffee shops / bars, which I love. There's one nearby that's like 24 hours, so I can go there whenever. It's just a different vibe out here. I gotta do a better job of vlogging. This is gonna be the start of me being really consistent. But I think the less I overthink, the better I am at this kind of stuff. I've been consistent on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. They've been giving me a lot of gems and a lot of motivation, again, to do things my way, but still, you know, show up and get lit and see what the fuck is going on out here, you know? Let me see. Yeah, there's a couple of events. I want to go cold plunging. That's like a big thing out here. I haven't done paddleboarding yet. I'm not gonna lie, the lake has been kind of dirty, but I want to go, so that would be cool. Definitely got to go paddleboarding. I was supposed to provide like more stats for you guys. According to UT of Austin, University of Texas in Austin, 2024, 13.5% of Austin businesses were newly found. So that's pretty interesting. From that video I was telling you guys about earlier, median home value in Austin dropped negative 23% from 2022 to 2024. So median home value was at 570K, dropped to 435,000. Basically what I was trying to convey earlier is that like I utilized corporate jobs to help me move across the country to where I wanted to live at. And I did that with a corporate job. So if you have a better setup than me where you don't have a corporate position, or you're in a higher level role than me because I'm just a regular analyst, like it's very risky what I'm doing, but I just wanted to do it, and I made calculated risks, and I have money saved up and stuff. So it's like I'm not just jumping into this like an idiot. I hate seeing people like, oh yeah, I'm working at this coffee shop and it's outside and it's like fucking 100 degrees out. Like, no, that's not what the remote work lifestyle is all about. It's not just you get to work wherever you want, when you want, even though that is what I'm striving for. It's about being able to move accordingly. Like, I had to be careful about what kind of coffee shops I was working at today, but I was still in downtown in Austin, you know, not in Philly, where I started out in 2023, in Austin. I'm thankful for that. You know, I could probably take my work laptop back home. I haven't tested that out yet, but I will, because I've done it with other jobs without taking PTO. You know, you gotta have money for Airbnb, you gotta have money for Uber, or stay with family. So you gotta be smart, you know, don't rush this shit. Don't rush getting the job, don't rush moving, just take your time. The setup that I got is amazing. I'm just thankful. Gotta make sure, you know, live by a trail or something, you get those steps in. But the whole point of this video is just take advantage. Don't follow what everyone else is doing. Pay attention to what everyone's doing and then move accordingly. Think for yourself. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.